I like doing my daily tasks to start my day, like watering my plants, organizing my craft room. Just doing this helps me change my mindset for the day. It inspires me to take action for the goals that I want to accomplish. Life can be a series of steps to get to where you want to be. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on yourself. Just take baby steps, and before you know it, you are at your goal that you want to achieve. Just remember, it is never too late for a new beginning in your life. Hi everyone, this is Tammy here. Welcome to Snowstorm Crafts. And today what I want to work on with you guys is we're going to dye some threads and some fabrics. And I'm going to use some RIT dye, which I'll talk about, and some tea bags. We're going to do some tea dyeing and stuff, so we'll do all that. And what we're doing the threads for is our Sashiko stitch little kit here that I have. And if you guys want to see the starting of this video where I'm working on this, I'll put that on the end screen and you guys can come check it out. So you can see it's just a kit thing that I got from my mom, who's a quilter, and she sent it from Alaska from like a specialty store. But I have the measurements and everything for you guys to come check it out, and then you can draw and do some fun little patterns on it and follow along. So we'll make a cute little journal out of this. Okay, so before we get all that started, let's go ahead and do Tammy's thoughts of the day. I got my journal here, and I made this the other day with you guys. It is a quilted journal cover, and it's for a composition. It fits a composition notebook, so it's super fun and cute, and I show you guys how to make this on the sewing machine. And if you want to see that, I'll make sure to put it on the end screen for you guys. But let's do Tammy's thoughts here. I am enough is definitely what we need to tell ourselves. Sometimes you need to make yourselves happy before you can help others. Never stop dreaming, never stop exploring. It is always good to push your boundaries. Start with courage. That is easier said than done. Take the first steps. It is worth taking the risk. Don't need to rush. Take your time. Here is something you should ask yourselves. Why not now? I was thinking in my journal the other night. I was trying to come up with fun words to rhyme with inspire. Let's see. Attire? No. Admire? No. Acquire? So after way too much time thinking about it, I came up with desire to inspire. Comment down below if you guys come up with a better idea than that. I'd love to hear from you guys. So let's see. So the quote of the day is, happiness is not something you get in life. Happiness is something you bring to life. Dr. Wayne Dyer. So there is Tammy's thoughts for the day, and let's get to it. Okay, so I got hot water from the tap. So just however you want to do it. And I think it's about 4 cups. And what I have here is 24 family size tea bags. So, and it's a dark black tea. Okay, and they're bigger than normal size tea bags. So this is the size of these, and let me go grab a regular size tea bag. Okay, so this is a normal size tea bag, and these are the bigger ones. So they're just said they're family size. Okay, so what we're gonna do is plop these in here. And this is just an old bowl that I dye my fabrics and threads and such in. So we're just gonna get these in here. I'm gonna have to go at least microwave another hot cup and throw it in here just to get these activated. So we got 4. I mean, these are pretty big tea bags. I'm thinking 4 would probably be plenty. Let's do more, because I really love using these tea bags after you seep them. And you could do cool art projects with them, which I've done. I have some tea bag projects that I've done with you guys, so I'll make sure to put that on the end screen, and you guys can check some of them out. I did one the other day that was really grungy and fun tea bag art. Okay. So let me go ahead and just go, I'm going to go microwave I'm going to get a hot cup of water and pour it in here. You can see it changing a little bit, but just speed it up a little here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and dump this hot water in here. There we go. That should work. I'm going to let it just seep for a little bit, and we'll go from there. I'll put it over to the side here, like that. What I have is my RIT dye here. And I just put them in just Cool Whip containers. RIT dye is just a liquid. And if you guys have seen my channel, you'll know that I use RIT dye for fabrics and threads and papers. You can dye it with anything that's porous that will take dye. So I use this because I make a lot of tie-dye things for my Etsy shop. Okay, so I have a bunch of rainbow colors of this instead of like you could use all the inks and stuff like that, you know, the sprays, the oxide sprays, the different things like that. You can definitely do that, and it's the same pretty much. But I just have a bunch of these, so it is a concentrated liquid form that I take about a capful and about 8 ounces, and I add them. This is why I have a napkin, and I got my silicone pad underneath here. But I'm wearing gloves because it will dye my hands. So I'm just kind of shaking it up because I've had them in here for a second. So just kind of shake them up. So I do about 8 ounces. And then I add about a capful, depending on just the color of dye you want to use and how dark you want it. So this one is cherry red. And I'll make sure to put down some RIT dyes in my Amazon link so you guys can come check them out. If I do forget anything like that, just remind me, and I'll get them down there for you guys. So this is cherry red. Let's just start with one at a time here, okay? So what I want to do is, if you guys hear that, that's my ice machine. I have just a little ice machine because my fridge, we have an older fridge and it doesn't make ice. So I bought myself a little ice machine for Christmas, and I love it. Love it. So I got ice going right now. Okay. So we got red. I'm just making sure, keep my hands fairly clean here. And what I want to start with is, let's do the threads first. Let's mess around some threads here. Okay, so I have white. So I got some white, and I got a popsicle stick. So I figured this would be kind of fun to do. So let's take it, and let's just wrap. Just experiment, you know? Let's just see what happens. And we're just gonna wrap around. I've never done it like this, so I figured why not do it together. Okay. So I'm just going to wrap it around like that. And then I'm going to take just a little rubber band. I use these for tie-dyeing. They're just those little tiny rubber bands. And you could put as much as you want on here, as many threads as you want and stuff. Okay, so I have that one. And let's just dunk it in there. Give it a good old dunk. Okay. And let's see. I have yellow. So this is kind of bright for me. So I was thinking, why not mess around with some yellow? And these are just the DMC embroidery floss. Is what it is. You know, I guess we could have put it all on the same one. No, then we won't know. I wonder if I should write on it. I put permanent, and it should stay. So let's write yellow. Okay. I don't know, is it too late to do this one? Let's see. Let's do, I'm just gonna do a W. I won't know it's white. Or it was white. Okay. So I think it should stay. I just used a permanent Sharpie. Just a, you know, just a Sharpie. Okay. So we're just doing little experiments here. And this will be fun to use in our sashiko stitching. I could probably, you know what, let's do a little bit more yellow. Let's get crazy here. Okay. So we're supposed to be super rainy this week here. I mean, this video probably won't come out for a week or so, but right now it is just rain, rain, rain for sure. And my mom was saying she's in Alaska, you know, and she was talking about how it's like 47 degrees there right now. That is so unheard of. It's like a false spring happening right now or something like that. But 47 in February is unheard of in Alaska. I mean, that's just, you know, crazy. She said the snow's melting and she could see grass. Like, geez. And the week before they got dumped on, you know. They got tons of snow. Okay, so we got yellow. We're going to pop that in there. See what happens with that one. I'm assuming it's going to make like an orangish color, but you never know until you try it. Okay. So we got white and then we got yellow. So those are the colors I wanted to mess with today. So let's do that. And let's do some aquamarine. This color turns out so cool in tie-dye, and it's one of my favorite. Okay. Let's just put this lid back on for now. Let's do that. So we got aquamarine. Okay. I'm gonna try a little whiter popsicle stick. I have small ones too. I might have to go grab some more in a minute. But so we got white. Let's remember to write it down. So let's just do a W. We're just doing white and yellow, so just to see how they turn out. And it gives you guys different ideas on how to dye here. But I figured this would be a good idea, you know, I mean, why not? We can write it down and see what was what and see how it turns out. Okay. So I'm just wrapping it around. And then take a rubber band. Okay. Oh, this one's going to be too big. not anymore. Ta-da! Thinking on the fly. Okay. So let's do that. That is not a color I want. Okay. And now yellow. Just because I wanted to show you guys, if you guys have any other brighter colors, like this yellow is kind of bright, and maybe you have like a bright blue or a bright, just something you want to kind of change, you know? And we'll put some in the tea too. We'll add some to the tea to help, we can dull some down and see how those turn out, you know? Okay, so this one is yellow. Ooh, that one broke very nicely. Okay. Now, we're just going to wrap her up. And I'm thinking I'm going to let these sit for a while in here. Maybe like an hour or so, and just let them just soak it up. And then I'll take them out and let them sit on the popsicle stick just overnight and get them dry. And then we'll see how those turn out. Okay. So we got that. The tea's still seeping, so let's just go ahead and move that to the side for a second. And since we have the blue out, let's go ahead and take some of our fabrics here. Okay. So this one's really cool. I love that. And it's kind of got, so it's like a cotton, but then this stuff is kind of reflectant. I think when it dyes, this is going to stay like a white color. But let's find out. I think that's going to be really cool. Let's take it and cut it in half. Okay. And let's do half in here. I'm thinking here. Do we want to do like a fancy fold on it? Maybe accordion fold. We could do like an accordion fold on it. And take a rubber band, and you don't have to do this way. It'll give a cool mark in the middle though, if you do, and just do it, give it kind of a tightness here. I think this will turn out pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna dip that in there. These will take water. This will take the dye better if you wet it down first, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna turn out neat. That's gonna be fun. Okay. So we got that dyed, that color in there, and let's see, I'm just trying not to get dye on everything. Let's try this one. This one is just cotton, just like that, with no design or anything on it. Okay. And these are just strips. I'm going to cut it in half because the other half we'll use over in the red. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's just do a little accordion fold. So I'm just going back and forth. Okay. Does not need to be perfect. Oop, that one broke. I think I shot that across the room somewhere. Okay, so we're just gonna take it and just give it a twist. So however it ends up is how it ends up. Okay, so I'm just kind of squishing it down. You can even take it out and squeeze it a little bit. Get some more dye in there. Squeeze it. Even if you guys want to come in like a half hour or something and just squeeze everything, you can even squeeze it. Just kind of squeeze it out. There. And turn it if you want to. So, however you want to do it. Oh, that's looking really neat. Really neat. Okay, so we got our threads in there and we got our fabrics in there. What else do I have? I think I had something fun over here. I think I want to tea dye those. Let's do another one of these. So I had a couple with different designs on them. So let's just cut that one. And we'll cut that. Okay. I know this can be fun. I mean, this is addicting because you can just be like, "Ooh, I want to dye that. I want to dye that." So I don't want to make this video super long, but you get it. Like, just take it, and you can even just put them in there. You don't have to accordion fold it or anything like that. You don't have to do any of that. You can just stick it into the dye, and it's going to turn out awesome. I'm just doing this because it'll get just different patterns on it. Okay, so we're going to do that. Those are going to be fun to do slow stitching with, for sure. I might even add some more later. Just play around some later. Okay. So those are good. You can even have your lid. You can take it and shake them around that'd be a good idea. Come in an hour, shake it around. You can even leave these overnight, but I want to have this done by tomorrow and dry so we can take them apart and look at them. Okay. So there's blue. Aquamarine. Now let's finish cherry. Okay, so we got our sticks in there. Now I want to go ahead and let's throw one of these in here. That has the fun design on it. We're just gonna accordion fold again. I have to go get more rubber bands real quick. So I'll be right back. All right, so I think those are pretty seeped. I'm gonna keep them in there the whole time because why not? I'll just keep them in the tea bath all night with the fabrics. So what I'm going to do, let's start off with our thread here. Let's do the thread. We'll do it on the big ones here. Okay, so we'll start with the yellow. So we got a big Y. Why not? Okay, so I went ahead and got the popsicle sticks in there. I got some white thread and some yellow. Floss is what I'm using. And what I have here is some macrame rope. It's just, I use it for my gift bags, my tie-dye gift bags that I make in my, I have a hole in my glove, so I'm just going to take them off, in my Etsy shop. And I just use and these are too short. Some of these are too short. So I have lots of them. So what I want to do is I went ahead and accordion just folded some fabric. And I'm just going to, because I want to dye the rope. And it's just a cotton, like macrame rope. Or you can even do it like this. Yeah, we just got the rain just coming down right now. Okay. And if you want, you can wet it first, because that does actually help absorb it, the dyes and stuff. Okay. There we go. So I gotta dye the ropes anyway, so I figured why not? So this is just a piece of cotton that has some fun lines on it. So I'm just going to accordion fold it, or we can take it. Like that. I want to make sure you guys can see here. And you just pinch it in the middle and then just twist. And this is just a spiral. It'll make like a fun little spiral in your fabric. So you can do that. And let's just take our little rubber band, it'd be easier. Just like that. Pop that in there. Okay. I thought this would be fun to do, because this is going to be great to slow stitch with all the music notes. I think I need more water in my spray bottle. Okay. I'm just going to accordion fold it. Like that. So there we go. So I'm just going to continue doing that and throwing a bunch of fabrics in. All right, so as you can see, I was using my tea bags as weight to put on top here and weigh everything down so it stays submerged. Okay, so it's a little tip and trick there. So we got those seeping, plus the cherry red and the aquamarine. So I'm gonna let these sit for, I don't know, maybe a couple hours, and then I will come in here, lay them all out, and get them dry, so by tomorrow we can look at them and see how they turned out. So it is the next day, and I was just getting my craft room ready for the day. And what I was showing you guys over there is I went ahead and tea dyed some cotton. It's like a tablecloth cotton, and I did some of that, and then I did some cherry red, the cotton fabric, and then the aquamarine blue, some fabric for that, because I'm thinking I want to use those for journal covers, and I figure since I already have all this stuff already, I might as well dye some more fabrics. Okay, so let's see the finished results now. So this is the tea dyed embroidery floss that we did, and this is the yellow, which you could see the difference here. It's just a little more grungy. We'll go ahead and undo it here. So let's see. There we go. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. It kind of dyed the popsicle stick a little bit. Okay, so that's the tea dyed, and then this is the bright. So you can see the difference here. I don't know if it's showing up, but this one's definitely grungier. And it was kind of gloomy today because we just got tons of rain coming down. So I don't know how my lighting's doing. But that turned out great, so it's not so bright. And then this was just the white, which, let's see the difference here. There we go. So you could definitely see the difference with that. Well, the white's like really white, isn't it? Okay, so that turned out grungy, which is great. So that's the tea dyed. And let's look at the rope here. So these are a little grungier. So these are fun to use for closures. You can even take it and embroidery with them. You could take off just a strand of it, which I've done, and this is really fun to use for embroidery projects, slow stitch. Okay. Now let's look at this here. What we got is the music notes, which turned out really cool. And I did the accordion fold on that one. And the accordion fold on this. I went ahead and opened them all up. I did it on time lapse for you guys. I opened them all up and laid them out to hang on my dyeing rack, because if they would have stayed bunched up like that overnight, they wouldn't have been dry. So that one I did accordion. This one turned out really cool. You could see where I swirled it. So I took it and we swirled it like that, and then rubber band it. And that's what I did to the fabric I'm dyeing today. The one in the blue and the red, I went ahead and just swirled them on each side. So I think it's gonna look really cool when it's done. I'll make sure to show you guys when it's all done on another video. But yeah, I think this turned out really cool. Now these are neat. Well, here, let's look at this one first. So I did an accordion fold, and you can see. So that's what'll happen if you like take them and just fold it back and forth, and then just rubber band it or tie it off. You kind of get these cool little stripe effects. So those are going to be fun for slow stitch. Now look at these. This is what I was thinking would happen with this. This piece of thread keeps getting me. You could see how you could still see the design. Isn't that fun? So these are definitely going to be fun to use. And look at that one. So pretty. And then this was just another accordion fold that I did. So yeah, those turn out really cool. Okay, so that's the tea dyed. I think those are great. Those are gonna be fun to use in projects. And we got our little threads to use. Now let's go ahead and let's do the blue. Okay. So yellow and blue make green. So that made green because we had the yellow. Let's see. I think it's going to give us a cool, like, variegated look to it. There we go. Okay. So I get it untangled a little bit, but you could see that has, look at that. That is really cool. It's just a really neat variegated green and yellow. So that's fun. Okay, so this is what it did look like. So we get it all different colors. So that's fun to take a popsicle stick and do that, and then you get some variegated look to it. Okay. And then this was the white, which turned out to be like a baby blue. So that turned out really fun. See the difference? So yeah, that turned out really cool. And you can see there is some darker and lighters. So it's like a cool variegated. So taking it and put it on a popsicle stick and then stick it in a red dye, you can get some variegated threads. So that's fun. Okay. Oh, now let's look at the fabric. Is that really super cool? So we got that one, and then we got the one that doesn't have a pattern on it. I mean, that turned out cool too. So if you just got some cotton fabric, you just take it and do accordion fold on it and you still get a really cool effect. I mean, look at that. So there's the blue. That turned out really cool. If you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below. That helps me out so much. It gets my video out there further for others to enjoy. And I'd really appreciate it. So there's the blue. Now, let's go ahead and do the red. Okay. So I was wondering if this would turn orange. So this is the yellow. I mean, look at this. That is cool. I'm gonna start doing this more often and get some variegated threads. I mean, look at that, you guys. Look at that. Is that cool? I just hope it's showing up. I mean, that is really fun. Let's do that. And look at the popsicle stick. That turned out pretty cool too. Okay. So there we go. There's the yellow, and that's what it did look like. Okay. So that's fun to play with. And then now we have our white. So now I gotta do a fun stitch, slow stitch project. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see me do a fun slow stitch project with all of our fun dyed materials here. We could do something cool. So let me comment down below. If I get enough comments, we could do a fun slow stitch with all this. Do like a landscaper or something fun. Can you guys see that? So that's the white and red. And look at that. It's just got a cool look to it. So now we know how to make variegated threads now. There we go. Okay. And here's the red. Wow. I saved this one for last because look at that. Wow. That is cool. And then this one was just the regular fabric that I don't think I accordion folded this one. This regular blue here, because you can definitely see the difference. This one was accordion folded. Yeah, that is cool. So let me know which one in the comments is your favorite. Do you like the blue, the red, or the tea dyed? Like, which one is the coolest? I don't know. That's a toss-up. That is a toss-up. But yeah, I want to know about down below. We could take a poll and see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.